Chuckload of Comics is brought to you by Cold War Games, creators of Squarriors, Fight Your Friends, and Lady Death Last Stand. For more information, visit coldwar.us. All right, guys, so our first nerd news story of the week, Joaquin Phoenix's new Joker movie has premiered to critics, and critics are really starting to dig it.
I'm so excited for this movie. I can't wait.
Yeah, it first premiered at the Venice Film Festival about 2 weeks ago, and to the surprise and the shock of the fandom community everywhere, it won.
It won.
Joker won the Venice Film Festival. It won the coveted Golden Lion. This is very interesting because very rarely, this is an international film community, and very rarely do they give it to a Hollywood film.
Or a comic book.
Especially a comic book movie.
Right?
And 9 times out of 10, if it wins the Venice Film Festival, it'll at least get nominated for Best Picture.
That's crazy. I mean, do we really have the potential to have Joker, the role, win another Oscar?
Another
Oscar.
Yeah, I know. And this one could be Best Picture. I think
Right.
it's almost guaranteed at least a nomination now with the 9 nominations they give out for Best Picture.
Right.
So after it ran at Venice, it ran at Toronto. The Toronto International Film Festival, critics could go see it. And critics have started to give us their first reviews, their first Twitter reactions. We're going to read some of them for you. They're completely non-spoiler.
Right.
So don't freak out. These are not spoiler reviews. They're just kind of people's general thoughts, their first thoughts as they left the theater. The first one comes from Perry Nemiroff of Collider.com. She wrote, Joker is one of the most unnerving movies I've seen in years. Joaquin Phoenix is astounding. The physicality of his work is especially impressive. It's very well made across the board, but I also found it very upsetting. And right now, I can't shake that. Need to sit with this movie.
Wow.
Seems like it really freaked Perry Nemiroff out, man.
Right?
Seems like it really messed with her head.
Sounds disturbing.
But she did say that Joaquin Phoenix, the physicality of his role, was dynamite. And you can kind of see that in the trailer.
Yeah,
I mean, he lost a lot of
absolutely.
weight for this. He does some really fun, funky dancing in this.
Yeah.
So clearly it's going to be Joaquin Phoenix's most physical role in quite a while.
Awesome.
So this next one, the next little Twitter review comes from Peter Howell, who writes, Joker, wow. Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips summoned Dark Mojo for a descent into madness for the origin story to beat all origin stories. Forget comic books. This is disturbingly too close to modern alienation to be dismissed as mere fantasy.
Wow.
That's really interesting. So he's like saying
That's
it puts the current state of our world under a microscope.
That's interesting.
He said it doesn't feel like fantasy, it feels like reality.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this movie.
I'm getting a little freaked out just reading these Twitter reviews.
Right?
This next one, I really like this one. This is from Scott Mantz. Can I just say I love Scott Mantz? He's the coolest guy. He's on Collider also from time to time. He I think every now and again you see him on Fridays on Collider. Scott Mantz, you rule. Well, this is what Scott Mantz wrote about Joker. He wrote, Joker, not your daddy's Joker movie. Riveting and engrossing, unnerving and disturbing, intense and very violent. A cross between Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, and Network, Joaquin Phoenix is haunting, very different from Jack and Heath. Need to stew on this one.
Wow,
So just like Perry Nemiroff, man, I think this really screwed up Mr. Nance.
Right? It sounds like you have to see this movie more than once.
I know. I like where he said he talks about it. It's disturbing, intense, and very violent.
That's crazy.
Very violent. Well, we all knew it had an R rating.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's really going to earn that R rating.
Oh my gosh.
Man, this is going to be nuts.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. Well, we got one more Twitter reaction we're going to read for you guys. We want to leave you in the leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the Joker in some of these comments. This last one comes from Cinema Blend, the powerhouse Cinema Blend. They wrote, Joker, the perfect origin story for a lunatic with no origin. Todd Phillips gives DC its first true masterpiece. The Clown Prince has never been more deranged, more dangerous, and more real. A brutal work that will have audiences raving.
That is crazy, man. I mean, people thought that Heath Ledger,
was
could never
dark.
be topped, and it
Exactly.
was super dark. I can't wait to see what Joaquin does with this.
Everybody says this is just going to be a deeply, emotionally gut-wrenching kind of film.
Oh my gosh.
That's got me incredibly excited.
I know.
So guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. How excited are you for Joker? Does these Twitter reactions change your opinion at all? Are you more excited? Are you less excited? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Shauna,
Yeah.
speaking of awesome movies, like we said earlier in the show, guys, this was a really big week for movie announcements. They announced that they are going to be rebooting 2 of the most classic 1990s films. 2 what I think underrated films, Face Off and Tank Girl.
Unbelievable.
Face Off and Tank Girl getting rebooted, I think, over at Paramount. First one I want to